So 2 to 3 years ago, I had $10,000 in debt and zero savings. Hey babes, I'm Miss Mila Rose and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to have you babes here with me today because this video is going to be super exciting. This video is going to be all about how I went from $10,000 in debt and no savings in the bank account to manifesting the next chapter in my life, which is going to be super exciting. So stay tuned as I tell you of my last 2 to 3 years journey to manifesting this next chapter in my life that will be beginning this summer, and I'm so excited for it. So 2 to 3 years ago, I had $10,000 in debt and zero savings. Some of you might be a little surprised by this. Basically what happened is I invested into a studio that you see right now that I knew was going to eat up all of the savings that I currently had, and I had even invested some of this money into credit cards that I anticipated being able to pay off quite quickly. However, some life events that were completely unexpected, I could never have anticipated happened. The worst of the worst case scenarios that drained me so badly financially. Every single paycheck I got seemed to just vanish into thin air because this problem was just eating it up, and I couldn't for the life of me get stable financially. And this situation led me to living in this house for the last 2 to 3 years. All of these circumstantial things I will probably eventually get into in my future story times when I finally do catch up to this time of my life. But until then, I'm not going to go into any details because it's actually quite a lot. But essentially living here in this rural town has been unsatisfactory to say the least, and not ideal at all. And I knew this was going to be the case right away because I can't get internet at this house because of the rural location that I am in. It's quite problematic for running a business that requires tons of uploading, and it prevents me from the ability to live stream from my house. So I took out a notebook, I took out a pen, and I started fantasizing about my ideal life, what house I wanted to live in, what furniture I wanted to occupy the space, what kind of household things that would improve my life and make me feel more abundant, make me feel more secure, and also what kind of community I wanted to live in, what kind of geography I wanted to be around. I wanted to be around more green space, more trees and grass and nature, because here in New Mexico it's very deserty. I also wanted a different climate. So I was documenting all of these things into my notebook, journaling everything that I wanted for my future life. And of course, this future life wasn't going to be free. So the next step was to calculate everything that I required for my future to happen. Everything from how much I would be spending on housing, to the actual move itself, to all of the furniture. I was creating wish lists on Amazon so I could create an actual number figure that I could look at and know that if I had at least that much in savings for my furniture, I should be happy with my furniture investments after I move into this house. And of course, when I totaled all these figures, it was not cheap. If anyone has seen my workflow video, the first one I did here on my YouTube channel, you know that every single month I do calculate my average income, and this information is so vital for me for so many things, including this right here. I was able to figure out how much I was earning every single month on average, how much longer I was going to be living in this house, how long I had essentially to save up for my future and my dream goals. I was looking at my expenses, my average expenses, which I had to calculate and figure out. And of course, I had to look into budgeting and saving and all of that fun stuff. But essentially, I concluded that it was completely realistic to make this future happen for myself financially and to clear my debt in the process. So after I calculated all of these things and I knew that my dream was realistic and achievable, it was time for me to set my dream into motion and get to work. And work I did. And I'm not just talking about work in my business sense either. I'm also talking about lots of self-work, because self-improvement is is so important if you want to upgrade your life. Your dreams in your future aren't as attainable if you're not improving your own self. It's been a journey full of perseverance, determination, hard work, and so many problems that have seemed to come and go consistently, challenging me all the time. The single most important thing that has been so important for me on my manifestation journey to acquire my future successes and make my dream goals reality has been routine. Routine has been so fundamentally important. And I didn't generate a routine overnight. This was a 2 to 3 year process, as I said, of figuring out what I required in a routine to be happy and balanced. I think a huge part of the last 2 to 3 years has been just simply life experiences. And then most recently, I've been watching the School of Greatness podcast, and everything just started piecing together and making sense. And I've been able to formulate this routine for myself that has allowed me to create not just balance in my life, but also such a routine that has been allowed me to achieve my dreams. And lastly, my future self is not going to be the person I was 2 to 3 years ago, because the person that I wanted to be in the future and how I wanted to operate in the future, if I took the person who I was 2 to 3 years ago and I put myself in my dream life and I tried to live my dream life as the person I was 2 to 3 years ago, it would not have worked out at all. I was not that person yet. So this journey has been so important for me for self-growth and development. I knew who I wanted to be. I knew the life I wanted to live. I knew the house, the furniture, the environment, all of those things. But I also knew that the person who's living that life does not follow by the same way of life that I did 2 to 3 years ago. So basically what I'm trying to say by all of this is money was a huge part of my manifestation, but another huge part of it was self-development and self-growth. For me to upgrade and to experience the next chapter in my life, I had to go through lots of self-development and lots of self-work. It's been such a challenging journey, but it's so nice to be so close to the finish line. And I am so close to my financial goals that I set for myself 2 to 3 years ago. I am this close, and my expenses have gone up, my income has gone up. It's balancing itself out, and even more so, I should be able to exceed that goal savings amount that I wanted and that I knew I needed to be able to afford everything as far as my furniture goes, my housing, my move, everything. I know it's already obtainable because I already have the investments. I'm currently working really hard and quite a tight schedule right now for the next 3 months before my move, because I don't want to leave you guys dry without any content. I'm going to have lots of content constantly going up every single week to keep things consistent for you guys on scheduled uploads. And come around June, I should be making the move. I don't exactly know 100% where I'm moving at. That's the amazing thing about this. That's why it's going to be such an adventure for me. I have so many creative projects that are going to go into the second half of 2022 and into 2023. I'm going to continue cosplay, but I'm also going to dive into very fantasy-esque realms for you babes to enjoy, escape into, get entertained by, and just enjoy the ride with me, because I'm gonna be launching some really cool things and I'm really excited to do so. So stay tuned and join me on this journey. I know I already talked about a lot of these things in my 2022 New Year's video that's free to watch. This is diving into a little bit more on that subject. And as soon as I have everything up and running this summer, I can't believe I'm saying that, but seriously, this summer, only just a few more months, I am going to be showing you babes a grand reveal. And following that, I'll be trickling launches of my brand new store items, content, you name it. It's going to be amazing. I have so many ideas, and some of them I don't think have ever been done before. So stay tuned and join me for this adventure. The next video I'm going to be launching is going to be all about routines and the power of a routine, because this has been a huge thing for my success. And if you are looking to start your own manifestation journey, or you are in a manifestation journey, I hope that this video will help you obtain and reach your personal goals. Well, that's it for me today, day, babes. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe down below, turning on that notification button. And I'll be seeing you, babes, again really soon with the next video. Bye for now. Till next time.